Running action. Do you think you could run from a bear in this?
I wouldn't run from them. I would become friends with them and talk them out of eating you. Would be my first action.
Aw.
True love.
I love that about you.
Hello everyone! Welcome back to High on Life, and today we are taking you on an epic hike.
Starting in lovely Chalice Beach and working our way through the rising mountains above Old Town Fethiye.
Then back down into the frigid valley below the mysterious ghost town of Kaiokoi, where we nearly turned to ice overnight.
All before Billy goating our way to the most beautiful views of our lives of the famous Ola Denise Blue Lagoon.
Oh, plus Dakota muscled a couple of strangers in their car out of the mud, and then we became friends.
Teamwork.
So if you're new here, subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you'll see our latest adventures.
Now let's get hiking.
So, to start our shopping adventure, of course, you must eat or you get hangry. With hangered shopping comes bad choices.
Kinsey wants to eat, and when Kinsey's hungry, she gets frustrated. And just doesn't make it very fun for Sophie.
Nope. And vice versa.
Poppy got new shoes. So that's step one, check. We got our feet covered, and they were only about $20. And they are waterproof. They have a hard tip to them. Great bottom, really, really well made. Super comfortable. He kept saying orthopedic, and I would believe it.
And we love those shoes so much because they're so practical and cute that I got a matching pair.
Oh!
Woohoo! And I was able to find my size because they are technically men's shoes.
Yes.
We don't have any camping stores nearby, so we're getting our setup for the Lycian Trail ready. We're getting a couple tarps, and we're going to get a blanket and a couple yoga mats for our tent and bed. So it'll be fun to see how we make it work.
Yes. And so here is a little bit of what getting ready for that looks like. Got some sleeping mats. We got a tripod that we're gonna use a bungee cord to keep on. We got one bag, gimbal sticking out, all goofy like. Our cinematic sword, if you would. And we got a second bag over here, stocked full. Some shoes poking out there. Some TP up in there.
And we finally found the lid.
Yay!
So we get to bring 2 waters.
2 waters. And then of course we got Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Their little leashies. And here is some extra stuff. A jacket for tonight, because it'll get down into the low 40s. Some coffee. A little coffee cup. And like that, we're all ready. We're as ready as we're gonna be.
What time do you think we're gonna get there?
Question mark o'clock. I hope our cheese bread this morning was enough to keep us fueled. Those calories. This piece of beautiful chocolate was supposed to be what we had for breakfast tomorrow. But about a mile into our walk, I need a recharge or I'm gonna cry. So our hope was to make it to Ola Deniz maybe about like sundown. And we are massively far behind that.
2 large backpacks and 2 Kopek layer will do that for you.
Yeah.
You know, just walking in the pitch black on a trail we've never been on before.
After miles of walking.
We have made it to Kaiokoi.
Yep.
We are on the outskirts of town. We walked over the mountain. We walked in on a cob little bonfire, and then we walked down the mountain, and here we are.
And basically, hoş geldiniz Kaiokoi.
I'm in Kaiokoi.
She's in Kaiokoi. I'm not. She is. I want to be in Kaiokoi.
We will come to Kaiokoi.
Oh, it feels so different. And look, there's even an extra dog. Not our dog.
Bonus dogs.
Hayir bizim köpek. Not our dog. And such beautiful little village streets. We just literally have this village wall and house and dogs that I guess we should be a little quiet. So if our late arrival to Kaiokoi was curveball number 1, we were about ready to experience curveball number 2. We were very surprised to find a beautiful little restaurant open well past 10 o'clock. We thought the world was just opening up for us and making for an amazing night of eating and camping before we started the next day. And things went accordingly at first. This restaurant had amazing food. They served us a big bottle of wine at our table, all for a great price. Babers, we just walked through the Turkish mountains through the night, arrived in a village, and found a restaurant.
To eat some good hot food.
Yes. They bira beşerap. We have some beer and wine coming to us. And then we got our dogs just right outside in a little courtyard. They couldn't come in, but they do have a little space out there that is perfect.
And Maya's looking for crumbs that anyone may have left.
Yeah, you can see her literally going around scavenging. Biz Chancellor. We're lucky. As you can see, the dogs were able to play safely right outside of our window. Maya even making her way up for some hellos, and I was even able to go out and feed them some scraps. Things were going very, very well. Şerefe benim aşk, my love. We are so fortunate, so blessed, and so grateful. This life of ours.
What a night. İyi geceler. Ekmek, bira, salat, şarap.
That is until we paid the bill and made our way outside and found freezing temperatures. Moreover, because things were fairly comfortable, we had not put much thought into our sleeping situation.
Good morning from our little field that we slept in last night. Just got camp packed up.
Can you see the ice?
Yes. It's the frost because it got so cold last night while we were sleeping. We got frost on our backpacks.
Mind you, we took this trip. We were interested in making a journey because of the weather warming up, and it was 60 yesterday and it'll be 61 today, but not right here and not right now. So we slept, I don't know about you, but
The tiniest bit. I had nightmares.
bit.
I had 3 nightmares.
My feet were are currently still freezing. My little fingers, if I'd wake up and they were outside of the blankie, they were in bad shape. Leo, who's defiantly against sleeping under the blankets, was crawling under the blankets with me. He'd shiver a little bit and then get up closer to me, and then he would pass out and be doing doggy dreams. So Leo got some sleep. Maya, I think, is petrified. She's like, so cold, Dad.
Where's the heater?
What's the plan? Oh yeah, and I tried to start a fire, but the wood's just purely too moist. All of it I had to break off the trees. And I could have sat there and finagled with it and made it work, but I wasn't in a place to do that. Too cold.
However, once we dusted off the frost, we were welcomed by a misty, foggy morning in this beautiful village. We stumbled our way through some gravel streets, even saw some ostriches.
So as the sun comes up and we are in search of coffee, we turned a corner in this little village, and literally those big things you see out there are ostriches. There's a family of ostriches. Good morning, ostrich. So there's the one standing up, and then there's 3 down on the ground. The 2 black ones you can see really easy, and then one behind the one that's standing. Just some ostriches, man. They're huge.
Before we found what seemed like a little village house that was actually a nice little restaurant. The sweet woman welcomed us in, our big bags and all, and sat us down beside of a roaring fire and delivered us much needed coffee. And with that, we were ready to make our travel onward. Smiles on our faces, weary but happy.
This is one of our dreams come true, is to just be walking in these beautiful places in nature, and for the doggies just to be able to take off and have a blast. In this case, they have a little neighbor dog playing with them too. Here comes Maya. So, if you want to talk about some weird infrastructure, or at least unexpected infrastructure, in this little village, there is a taxi button. You can literally press a button out here in this place where there's ostrich farms and other things. You press that and a taxi will come and get you. So Kinsey, tell us how much this amazing breakfast, and like amazing in multiple ways. The fact that we found a Turkish place open at this time of day is amazing in itself. Thankfully, we're in a village, and I think that helps a lot, because there were so many screaming chickens and dogs and other things that we couldn't even identify, that somebody had to be waking up.
True.
That being said, lovely Mackenzie, tell us how much this all costs and what all we got.
We got uch, 3 kave, and ve 1 salep, ve tatli ekmek, sweetbread, for less than $3. 30 lira. Wow.
We may not have gotten any rest, but we're getting savings right and left. And good stuff too. I mean, the bread's truly really good. Pretty neat, like thick. Perfect for our situation too, given we have a few more hours of walking and carrying all of our stuff.
Yep. The salep is delicious. I absolutely love this drink.
Yeah, neat variation to have to kind of pass back and forth to go with the coffee. So we would have to conclude our first little adventure through the mountains into a Turkish village a success. So let's try to make the rest of the trip equally successful. I mean, outside of the fact we're probably really super downplaying the fact that we legitimately froze last night and got no rest and laid super duper cold in a field. But, you know, here's to warmer times.
This is rejuvenating, so this makes me think that we can do it.
Here's to finding out.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun.